Okay, hi guys. We are behind the scenes right now. We are at All Talk Radio. Here's George. Hello. And we even have Mom over there. Hey. We are waiting for Michael. Michael Sartain, my co-host today, will be whisking in here in just a second and setting up. So while you're here, you're behind the scenes watching us get ready to do a real show. So it's a show about a show. This is the show about a show. And today is quite interesting. We were just talking about the crazy man who posted a warning. I don't know if it was a warning or what. He said, you want to get shot.
That sounds like a threat.
Yeah.
Then, what does it say?
This is how to do it or something.
This is how you're going to get shot.
You can get shot.
Yeah. If you want to get shot, this is how you're going to get shot.
Yeah.
Crazy. Scary. Don't take that kind of stuff lightly in today's day. I mean, that journalist just got killed. I was in Michigan visiting Mama, you know, and I was like, it's too easy.
Yeah, you're sitting at this one, Tiffany?
Yeah, I think I have a better side than Michael. Oh, did you get all my photos?
No. You didn't tell me you had a bunch of photos.
Facebook. Yeah, but you've got time. You got, and as we're talking, you can download them. What was that site called? I need to bring it
Where'd
up.
you put them up at, on yours or?
No, I put them. I sent them as a messenger.
Oh, in Messenger?
Yeah.
All right, let me go over and check out.
What's up, everybody? Well, there's not an everybody here yet, but there will be, because we were talking about sex, and it seems to be a very, very great topic that everyone wants to hear about. All right, babe. Let me know if you hear a coming through the door. Oh, there's Michael. Can you go outside and grab him? I know the door's locked. Hold on. Carol, can you get Michael? Thank you. If it's facing Lola's, it's upstairs. Oh, I hear Mama. Okay, you got it. Michael. I guess I can move this out of the way. My back's been hurting from the move and the reconstruction and the everything. I need the password here and all so I can bring up that cheating.com site or whatever that is.
It's Francine.
What's the CenturyLink or?
It's Executive Suites. I think we're on the east side or west side.
Upper
I
East?
think that's right here.
And then it's FRAN.
Francine. That was Francine's. Hey, Michael, long time no see.
Baby! Hello, darling. We're already live.
Okay,
Online.
cool. I'll put this one up.
Yeah.
You know what? It's the end of summer. That's right.
Ah!
That's right.
No way.
That's right. All right, two things I don't want to surprise you with these on the air. Number one, my best friend Luke is now in charge of Real Social Dynamics Immersion Program. He just got hired for that, randomly.
So, you know I'm going to eat you up, Luke.
Good.
Sorry.
Perfect. The second thing you're welcome to, and he'll come on the show, by the way. The second thing I was going to tell,
Awesome.
he lives at
I
Signature.
actually like him. That's the sad part of it.
Everyone likes him. That's why they hired him. The second thing is I am now the second host of the Great Love Debate.
I fucking hate you.
Why?
Yeah, I saw
Because he's the devil,
Then
and I hate him,
well, then-
and you
then
went
talk
behind
about-
my back, and you're
I
like,
didn't
oh,
have anything-
schmoozing up. I
He
fucking
asked
hate.
me-
He's a douchebag of all douchebags.
Then you can talk about
That was totally set up.
What do you mean?
He set that whole thing up. He used to get me to get everybody in there, and then he just he's a douchebag. Don't end up like him. Great Love Debate. Don't buy the tickets. He's a douchebag.
He's not. I'm the host.
Yeah, because he sucks. He needs you to save it.
Stop.
No, I'm
Stop.
serious. He's a fuck.
You-
He is a. He is a
Douchebag?
he's more than a douchebag, man. He's the trash, empty douchebag of
Relax.
the douches.
Oh my God.
He used
what's your Twitter?
me.
What's your Twitter?
Tiffany Masters. How long have we known each
No,
other?
it's not Tiffany Masters LV.
No, that's just Instagram. I started Instagram with Tiffany Masters as well. I own it too, but then I forgot the password, so I had to make an LV.
And I got interviewed by Financial Network 2 weeks ago about my 2 businesses.
I saw what Sancho was doing with you guys doing that clip, how to come out.
Which clip?
Was you guys doing the CEO thing with him sitting at the desk with his cigar?
Oh,
and all
yeah,
that?
I
let's
filmed
do
2
this. We got
commercials.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes,
Really
we're
funny.
live.
It's a commercial.
See,
He looks like
love-hate
some Chilean
relationship.
fucking
By the way,
dictator.
go Hawks!
A dictator. He looks like the dictator of Argentina.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at that. I was like, wow, that's kind of.
Oh, what is it, Francine? What?
I don't even know. I can't even find these pictures. I just uploaded.
Maybe we can. I could still get to it on this. I don't think I can. I wanted to see what was at the something checklist. Checkmate? What is this thing that I'm putting up? I'll have you chime in and tell me.
Can you have Wi-Fi I can use?
That's what we're asking here, yeah.
Yes, Francine, if we all jump onto GJ and they pull too much.
Oh,
is it
I'm not
a,
gonna pull. I'm not pulling.
Is it a it's a hotspot?
Yeah. Yeah, we're working off.
Don't you have a hotspot in yours?
Never.
Excuse me, is that the iPhone or are you switching to Android?
It's an iPhone 6.
I'm a droid. Still love me.
It's unfortunate.
Hey, Tiffany, for some reason I'm not finding any of these pictures. I just downloaded and saved.
It's okay. What do we have?
I have the Waking Up in Vegas. I've got the
I have no connection.
bucket list. I'm trying to see. No, I like the one I can direct where I want my pictures
All right.
to go.
Well, let's just do something. You don't need to worry about it.
All right.
Let's just go. It is 5:05. We are going live on
I'm getting
alltalkradio.net.
caught on you.
Caught on you.
There you go.
This sucks though. Okay, yeah, we're talking cheating. Cheating.
Hey, Tiff, say hi.
Hello, darling. Mwah.
Are you a Blackhawks fan?
Yeah, of course. Hello. Yeah. I was dressed really primpy and pretty in a nice little dress and heels, and I thought, not so much right now. I even brought the dress in case I wanted to change. But I'm still thinking not so much right now.
What's going on, Gary? What's going on, Jay Croak?
Hi! I guess my boobs aren't good enough to be on camera with him.
No,
It's the Michael
we'll get you there.
Sartain show.
We'll get you on there. Hold on. Just a second.
Oh, that's funny. I should have worn that, like, because it's a little warm in here. But I don't know. I felt like going a little alpha female today. Remember that woman?
Dating online. What up?
Online
Show her.
dating and
There she
cheating
is.
and social
Come.
media.
Here we go. I'm gonna try to get
Social
as far out to the
media.
side as I can.
There you go. Your beautiful lips. It's gorgeous. Don't bring up the love
Hey, I
thing.
am.
No.
No. She's asking
the
me a
love
question.
thing.
Yes, I will do Periscope more often. Yes, thank you. And yes, bring it up.
No.
Argue about it. Get mad.
He's a douchebag.
Then talk about it. I don't care.
I never even, yeah. You think how many F-bombs have we gone through in the past 5 minutes?
Hey man, summer is over. Yeah, all my
Yeah, I'm
dating is
making you
awful.
eat it on
It
this.
is awful. What's up, Miami? What's going on?
Now, do me a favor. By the way, y'all, we're doing a real show right here. Do me a favor,
Twix.
Michael.
Twix.
Do our show. You're off. You start to. You're like, hey, Miami.
Come over.
What's up? Hi, Miami.
No, I can't
What
see
if
her.
I was over there, like, all with my hang with buddies? Which, by the way, where are all you guys? I think we're.
I'm eating Twix. Wait, what did they say?
Nothing.
Online
It's
is
just,
stupid. No, I like online. Pretty much every girl I've been dating is from Facebook. I meet them all on Facebook now.
You meet them all on Facebook?
Uh-huh.
Why not?
Girls usually message me. No, it won't work. It's too narrow.
That's what he said. Well, how do you set it up?
Yes, online dating is definitely the future. No, you just have to like.
It's not the future. It is the now.
Okay, here we go.
Already choking him out. Already choking this one out.
I love Twix. That's right. That's the key in my heart. Give me some Twix. We're gonna talk about cheating today.
We're talking about cheating.
Going live right now.
Dun, 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 dun. Cannot hear.
Put it right here. Put it as far away as you can get it.
Okay, bringing you guys in right now. You're
I
on.
don't like that. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. We are back for another season. And I have Michael Sartain in the house with, I'm so excited. He's saying what?
It's the end of summer.
It's the end of summer.
I'm eating a Twix.
And he's eating a candy bar. Next
Hey,
thing you
give me
know,
that
I'll have a
champagne.
cocktail for him up
Hey, give me
here.
that Moet when you give me a chance. Give me that Moet right there.
Oh, yeah. The Viva. So Michael Sartain and I are back on the show talking about relationships, online dating, all kinds of social media, and of course, sex and more sex and sex. This is an adult show, so what do you call it? Not muscle top. What is it? Muskrat. So anyone under 21 Earmuffs. Please. Today's show is going to be a little bit on the raunchy side. What's up with our volume here? Okay,
good. Can you hear me okay? Okay, good.
All right. We're going to start this off about talking about social media. This is very, very controversial. I did have we're all, you could take it one way or another. I said we're going to talk about cheating. A website that is out there today. If you could research that for me, George, on my Facebook, what the name of that is. There is a new tool it's out on the internet right now. Sorry, Michael's a little ADD. He's got Periscope going on. We got Hang With going on. And of course, we are here right there live with you.
I love Twix so much. I'm going to drink this whole
Oh my God,
caffeine.
he's so sugared up.
Oh my God. I'm going to be talking.
So back to this, there is a tool that is online, which I feel like this is a perfect opportunity after the Ashley Madison thing that happened with, how many people got busted? What was it?
38 million accounts.
Yeah.
And it turned out that 90% of the females.
No, 98%.
90% of the females. Can you
were
hear me?
men.
No.
I can't really hear.
Yeah, you can't hear me at all. I'm not.
No. Now can you?
Not 90% of the females on there were fake.
Yeah, 90% of the only 5% on there were girls. Anyway, this is a very bad sound job, babe.
That's fine. You just got to mess with it a little bit.
Yeah, once again.
Whatever.
It's sex talk. So back to this. There is a website that is really interesting right now because it does a background check to see if you're an ex-sex pedophile or something, that what online dating sites you've been on, what your traffic record is. It picks up not only what you have done, but what your family has done too. So you can be like background checking everyone else. And then the question is this right? What is your opinion? When I posted this up and I said I'm going to be exposing cheaters today, I'm going to talk about cheating and online dating and blah, 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 blah. There was a guy that posted, what was the quote? He said, if you want to get shot, this is how you're going to get shot.
No, he said, you want to get shot? You want
to get shot because this is how to get shot.
Yeah, he was talking about Arthur. It was a meme of Arthur.
No, yeah, but that meme was made itself.
Yeah,
it was a self-made meme.
Listen, cheating.
I took that as a death threat.
Cheating. One of the funny things we talk about whenever I give a speech, they ask a question about monogamy, and I'm like, well, you know what? If there were there's certain cultures, and these cultures even exist today, where you would be put to death for cheating on your husband, right? So if monogamy was a natural state for humans,
what about your wife?
Why would you need to have the death penalty in order to keep people from cheating? Because it's a difficult state. But the thing is, it is not against the law to cheat. What they're talking about is reviewing for people who have committed some sort of a sex crime. That I do want to know. Like I feel like I deserve.
Like that's right.
I feel like I deserve to know if there's a guy who lives next to me.
Haven't you Googled somebody that you're dating?
If there's a guy,
everybody does.
If there's a guy who lives next to me and he messes around, just hit decline, and he decline, yeah. If there's a guy who lives next door to me and he wants to mess around with a bunch of girls, that's not against the law. Now you may choose to live or not live near that person, but that's not against the law. So these are two different issues for sure.
Cheaters, though. Now here's another thing too. I guess this website. What is the name of it?
It's called Instant Checkmate.
Instant Checkmate, and it's kind of pricey. But they do this background check on everything about you. There's a lot of stuff that they'll find of you on other sites, it said, and they could find videos of you on other sites. Now, I did this little thing once called, because you know that I was researching before I got in a relationship, I really went through and I was investigating every single dating profile there was out there for a dating site. I'm like, hello, I'm here to research for you, right? And in the meantime, I wrote a book about a year ago. And remember when I got on Adult Friend Finders? I'm sure anyone that's been on that's probably the number one place they'll go to see what profiles have been there. And then they find you if you have a fake profile under a different name. There's a lot of things that you cannot believe on Checkmate.
Okay, so here's the thing, and I did a show with George about this. If there's going to be a signature about you on the internet, you should control it. So this idea that like you're not going to have a Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, or whatever, good luck, because when people start to Google you, like in these situations, if you Google me, the first thing that comes up is michaelsartain.com, and then after that is YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, all the way down to my LinkedIn. That because I want to control that. It took me 20 minutes to open up each one of those accounts. I only use Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But like the thing is, I want to control the narrative about me.
It's like hang with right here. You'll see a little V there. That means verified. It means it is me. There's a lot of. I've got other accounts that are out there that aren't me.
It means you are Tiffany Master. Yeah, correct. Yeah,
we've got fake profiles out there. I think anybody in media can.
But the thing is, like the thing with the verification is kind of difficult because you can verify Facebook accounts now too. The situation there is that you have to be some level of celebrity, and you have to have your PR company contact Facebook or Twitter, and there's all sorts of money that changes place or whatever. If you're not, unless you're just super famous, it's very difficult to knock some of that stuff out. But for the rest of us, you're right. I mean, it is a bunch of fake profiles. Fellas, let me give you a couple tips real quick. I get 10, requests a day from women, and I check, and they have one profile picture and one cover photo, and their things are like, "Come check out my cams," whatever. It's fake. Like,
let's get deeper than that. Let's say what you were saying about dating online with Facebook.
My point is, attractive women don't need to send you friend requests. So 99% of the time, expect it to be fake. And I'm not trying to insult you, but just expect that is not real. I know for like every week I get a message from someone, because there's a fake account of me where these guys go around and offer like $5,000 to do photo shoots with girls, and it's my name on there. And then I get a message from the girl like, "Are we still going to shoot next week?" And I'm like, I already know the account that you're talking to is fake. I do not live in Manhattan. I live in Las Vegas. It's a fake account. And that whole fake thing, it's so easy to tell when they're fake, because these people who make these fake accounts make hundreds of them, and they only upload 1 or 2 pictures. If there's a super lascivious, like sexy picture of a girl, and there's only 2 photos of a profile picture, and she's sending you a friend request, do you think she needs to send you a friend request? Do you think super hot young women with big boobs and tiny waists need to send you a friend request? If you haven't figured that out, then you get what you deserve, guys. So like, seriously, go through there and check and see whether or not it's fake. It takes 2 seconds to see whether or not it's fake. If I have 567 friends in common, it's not a fake account.
Right.
So I can usually tell.
We know that. We got it. After 130 episodes today, Michael is back. Like anger Gurr. Now let's talk about the real cheaters.
Okay.
And Facebook. You brought something up to me that
was about dating on Facebook.
About dating, which is online.
For me, it's 100% Facebook right now. That's the only place that I actually have met anybody is on Facebook, because I don't.
So you're saying if you're in a relationship, you really, guys send the girls dick pics. They always have this thing. Do you believe? And George, chime in with me here. When you announce that you're in a relationship, You lost 200 friends. Not like boo hoo hoo, not like they're real friends, but
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
200.
Nobody cares if I'm in a relationship. No, ain't nobody quitting because of me.
Now you were in a relationship
I was.
online, and it was public.
We met on Facebook, yes, and we went Facebook official. Correct.
Facebook official means that you actually do your status of in a relationship.
We did, yes.
And did you lose friends?
No, I didn't. I'm a guy. Nobody cares. Like they don't.
Well,
care.
George is a guy, I'm sure.
That's very confusing. That's very confusing.
He's very positive. He's a man.
For me, I mean, if there was, I didn't notice it. I did have some girls ask me if it was for real, like message me, and then like some proposals to cheat. But I've never cheated on my girlfriend, so I wasn't gonna do that. But the thing is, making it public for me was a little bit difficult because I'm not famous. But a lot of people in Las Vegas know who I am, and as soon as they found out that I was in a relationship with a girl who's very attractive,
Well, you've also got the fame on
they went
Millionaire
after it.
Matchmaker and
Yeah, but nobody here,
and
nobody,
The Bachelor.
yeah,
But people know.
nobody,
Girls look at they validate
nobody,
that.
but nobody in Las Vegas cares
Girls
about that.
validate
Well, I'm
that.
not talking about guys,
Of course
girls
they
though.
do.
I'm talking about guys. Like as soon as somebody found out that I was in a relationship, like there's somebody I'm seeing now. I'm keeping it a secret. I promise you, the millisecond people knew that we were together, there's gonna be 12 hosts. And promoters and security guards, and I know 8 of them. I could write down their names for you right now, who are going to message this girl and tell her every bad possible thing that could possibly come up with about me. And depending on
they don't need the checkmate document.
right, they're going and depending on the woman's constitution, like what she's made of, she's either going to believe it or not. Or in some cases, like what I believe happened probably with my ex, is that it became so stressful for her to defend me because of all the bullshit people were saying that she didn't want to do it. So
it happens if you're not in a relationship. It
Right.
happens with friendships as well.
Mm-hmm.
How long did you and I have to battle back and forth? No, she's not a madam. No, you're not this and that. You don't hurt women. Like, it's a gossiping world. Which brings me back to social media. Can you believe everything that you read out there? Absolutely not. It used to frustrate me with my sister. She would read all the gossip tabloids and like, oh my God, like it was all about the Kardashians and stuff. You know, it's like, if you read it in print, it's real. Not at all. Not at all.
yeah, no, I mean it's of course not. It's social media. It's not
Now,
news.
I got it. I said I was going to talk about it, but a shout out to our sponsors right now. Thank you so much. The link. Was that fun? The link. We went on the high roller ball.
I'm even afraid of heights, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was fun. I've been on that too. I went on a date on that.
So that is what I was going to recommend. That is a great place to go on a date. It's beautiful. You're trapped with them for 30 minutes of conversation, you know, and you get to go around the entire city and enjoy such a beautiful atmosphere. Well, now you've got an opportunity to take your date. Next month, my favorite month of October, we have got my birthday party. And I think that I want to like take over and like get the big balls in this city and do the high roller. A lot of people haven't been on it.
Yeah,
I just went on it my first time a couple weeks ago.
When I talk to people in New York who have never been to the Statue of Liberty, I talk to people in Chicago who have never been to the top of the Willis Tower or the John Hancock Building, and a lot of people in Dallas who've never been to the Kennedy assassination
Have
site.
you been to the top of Stratosphere here?
Of course. Yeah, but a lot of people,
haven't.
A lot of people who live here have never been to
Or
the
like
top
the
of
Grand
Stratosphere.
Canyon, which is just a few hours away.
Exactly. You'll see the same thing. Or people who live in Hollywood who don't go to the beach ever. Like you see it all the time. Like,
I just want to hit them. Go to LasVegasBucketList.com and you'll read my blogs on that. But next month is my whole 50 Shades month. I'm taking everyone to go see the 50 Shades of Vegas parody. It's a comedy
I heard about
show.
that. For my birthday, I'm taking everybody to go see The Martian with Matt Damon. But yeah, go. I with the 50 Shades thing looks cool. I want to go to that.
You know, they've got that race too at Area 51 in October.
Oh, dude, that sounds awesome.
Yeah,
but I doubt
it's a 5K
it's
race
actually.
or
I doubt
whatever.
it's actually in Area 51. Area 51.
It's outside, but everybody dresses up like Martians. Oh, guess what's Sunday?
What?
It's our night.
What's
It's
Sunday?
the blood moon.
Oh, that's right.
It's the fourth
Is
one
it
for
the
this
last
year.
one?
Mhm.
Well, Sunday, by the way, Sunday will be the end of summer was September 21st. That was the last day of summer. But we are having our final pool party at Rehab on Sunday. If you guys want to come to Homecoming, that's the name of our final pool party, and you can come. And we're gonna just dance on stage and act stupid. That's all we're gonna do. So you guys are welcome to come out.
And it'll be 102 in the end of September.
Yes.
Ooh, Vegas is such a hot city.
It
You
is.
gotta come visit. And when you do, you can find out what's going on 50shadesofmasters.com. You can go to michaelsartine.com. or you follow our show anyway, subscribe here now. Back to cheating. Now, let's call it out there, guys. Both of these girls that you both dated.
Okay.
You had some infidelity issues.
Maybe. I don't want to I don't want to say for sure. I don't know what happened at the end of my
let's just say one of them. Now, do you think that it could have been prevented by not making it public out there?
In my case, it was a blessing. However, it ended because it was supposed to end, and that's the thing that you don't realize in the beginning, but after a while you do. I have a very close friend of mine who is still dealing with a breakup 7 months later. He talks about it all the time, constantly.
On social media?
No, just he doesn't even use social media. And
do you believe that it should be put out on social media?
No, because
you put it out there in the first place.
Now, here's the problem.
We're like a live, and I got to talk to you, George, and we're all going to just, get into this. It's a three-way conversation here. Dave Navarro, very good friend of mine in the early 2000s here. He told me, and I knew him when he was married to Carmen Electra. He told me, basically, reality shows, it's a curse. It's a curse of reality shows. Anyone that's on a reality show has that curse. And I've never forgotten that. Doing several reality shows myself, I've never forgotten that. And it's funny because those that I dated then aren't together with me now. And we are the biggest reality show that you can imagine now with social media. It's a curse.
Exactly.
Yeah? Do you think?
Yeah, it is.
No, I mean, it's a curse, but it's for the reasons that I just said. There's going to be people outside of your relationship. If I lived in the 1700s and I'm Amish, nobody's going to fuck with my relationship. It's me and my wife, and nobody.
You have to go after your goat.
Yeah, they have to come after my goat.
No one's going to get your goat.
My neighbors live 15 hectares away. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to deal with it. Now we have social media. We have two problems. Number one, everyone has access to both members of this couple. And number two, everybody thinks they can date Brad and Angelina, so they're all like looking for the
Look
better,
at the Kardashians.
the better one.
You will catch the gay. Okay. Or the whatever it is. You'll turn into a Caitlyn.
Let's make sure that people understand she's kidding right now. But yes, absolutely. I know what you're saying. South Park did a parody about that last week, which is pretty brutal. I thought it was kind of funny. That one kid said that he didn't think Caitlyn Jenner was a hero, and then he got like expelled from school for saying that. It was on South Park.
You serious?
It's on South Park. It's on South Park. But like everyone has opinion. You know what I like? The chaos.
George, what is your opinion on this? Because we're watching you.
Right.
And
the ups and downs I've been going through. The whole thing comes down to is it's kind of hard to hide it anymore. To be honest with you, if you do anything that had anything to do with entertainment. People see you going up and down. If you're out walking around talking to people and stuff like that, it's hard to keep that happy face on constantly. And to really be honest with you, when you're putting it up on social media, you have people out there that do give you some good advice. They get to see how you're feeling, what you're going through at the time, and they know you're human, bottom line.
Yeah, but you can still contact those people via DM. That's my point. Like the thing is, like you Volkswagen just got hit up for fraud. Like you don't see them putting out billboards about, oh, we got hit up for fraud. When people file for bankruptcy, they don't post magazine advertisements, and I don't think, like, the thing about social media is you are marketing yourself.
But do you feel like you're cheating some? Okay, I gotta say this for us in the entertainment industry, maybe some dancers, which is entertainment industry again. Do you feel like you're cheating and lying if you don't come out of the closet and you're not available, Michael?
No, I mean, see, here's the thing. Like, the girl.
What did you say about the Playboy Mansion thing? That you said you didn't want to be with a girl that was okay with it.
No.
I love that quote.
No, that's not what I said. What I said was, it's difficult for me because my problem is that I have a hard time making some women feel special because it's difficult for me when I'm friends with Paris Hilton and Crystal Hefner, and like I'll be sitting there and I'll get a text from one of them, not that they're texting me all the time. I'm not trying to say that, but like we were like, hey honey, what are you doing this weekend? Well, I'm going to go to the Playboy Mansion. That's difficult to build comfort with a woman when you're doing that all the time, and that's what my life is. I'm not trying to brag or anything like that. I'm just saying that I've noticed that, like, oh, what are you doing this week? I'm hosting the biggest fucking bikini competition in Las Vegas. That makes it difficult for me to make somebody feel special.
Do you feel like there is a time in your life when you should stop that and just be in a relationship?
Of course.
I don't think I'd want to be with a man like you.
that's doing that.
At the point in my life. And I've been to the Playboy Mansion more times than I can ever count or remember.
Yeah, but
I
it's
opened
different.
rehab
Yeah,
10 years ago.
No, but nobody, but like
I
as a
don't
man,
want to be with a man
Right.
that's cool with that
Right.
anymore. Because
But-
I'm sorry, I'm with multi-billionaires everywhere. I kind of like it. So I was visiting my mama, and she was saying her and her husband, she kind of likes it if my stepdad's kind of like, you know, just maybe a little, not jealous, but like, you know, like, aw.
No, I
and
mean-
she likes it. And, you know, when you're in your 60s, it's kind of cute.
But there's no
you know,
way.
it's that crush thing.
There's
It's
no
not
way.
too
There's
soon.
no way the species could continue to procreate without jealousy. It is natural. Like people ask me about insecurity and jealousy. Like it's a certain level of that is normal. If you have just become married to somebody and they are starting to act like you're starting to question their fecundity, then at that point you should be insecure. That is the normal, natural reaction to have. So I understand that. But like I have never cheated on anybody I've ever gone out with.
Now we're getting in our years where we're going to want to start nesting and settling down. It's coming up in our life.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm past
we're
those
here.
years. I'm old now, so I'm.
we,
Yeah, mine eggs already fell.
Yeah,
out.
let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and nest right now.
I don't even know if I have any eggs left
I'm
to
about
fall.
to build a little nest over here.
So with this whole nesting process, guys, what would you recommend to put that in a relationship to help you all? Because now we're throwing out all the problems right now. What is the answer when it comes to sex and relationships? If you are jealous, how do you calm it down and communicate with your lover that you're not comfortable with Dre's at 2 a.m.
You need it, yeah.
Or
Dre's at 2
or
a.m.
rehab and you're on stage with 100 of the most beautiful women in the world. How do you communicate
I'd say
that?
25 beautiful women and 15 were like, kind of going down. I'm just going to be real.
Only
right now.
15, right?
Yeah. But for the finals, there were maybe 40 really hot ones. But no, to go back to your point.
How would you communicate? Give our listeners
the
some
thing that I
answers.
want now, especially after my last relationship, is honesty. I just want brutal honesty. If I can get brutal honesty, then I can deal with somebody who maybe doesn't have the same aspirations that I have. I have, you know, I've changed my life in the last 10 months. I've done probably, I have become an options trader, professional options trader, and that this is something I'm probably going to do for the rest of my life. I see a future where I'm going to do this in the finance market for a long time. I've got a bunch of hosting opportunities for TV shows and different things
So
like
when
that.
are you going to cut that off for your nesting? But
that's my problem. Like the thing is, I need somebody who wants to be on the team to be able to help me grow because I watched my grandparents whom both were educators. My grandfather was the dean of the business school at Southern Methodist, and my grandmother was a teacher. They were on the same team doing the same thing. A lot of times, like what we're talking about, like old school couples, the teamwork was to raise the children. That was the only team, the only job of the parents.
But that was a job, and I know this from doing all the genealogy that my mama's got me into right now. It was a job. There wasn't that fire. They had 7 to 14 kids in my family.
But the point is that fire.
Her vagina.
That
7 to 14 births.
That's the problem is that
We're breeders.
job must happen. Like there's not going to be a fire for 70 years. Like it's not going to. If you want the relationship to work, there has to be a building towards a goal. Right, and some girls I date, they don't have the same. You know, they don't like. I don't care what the goal is.
Okay,
There
now
needs to be some goal.
you set yourself up. You're all in the playing field. There's a little thing called RSD.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with this RSD community and everything that we've been researching, I have and been watching for a year now, a little over a year. You have read books when it comes to pickup artistry, playing the game out there and all. Isn't it hard for women to take men in the RSD community serious that you really want to nest? And maybe that kind of sets up the cheating out there just quite possibly.
That's their own.
With the validation of Facebook today, with taking pictures with all the girls in the bikinis and all, the jealousy molecule comes in and goes,
So you're talking about two different things. I don't work for RSD. RSD is a completely separate company.
But I'm just throwing it out there. I didn't say you did.
The guys who I see that go to RSD for help are guys who get 80% of what they want. So maybe a lot of girls are in their life, but the ones they want they can never get, and they always end up in the friend zone with those girls. Those guys get to be happy also. I'm sorry, they do. And this
I went in that private little group before it was taken down.
Which private group?
The RSD private group. Girls, being like butt naked in the bed, and they're tapping that ass and like thumbs up to their friends and stuff in the back until they got shut down.
Again, I have
How is a girl supposed to take that serious?
Idea.
Like, oh, you're never going to cheat on me, so of course they're going to cheat.
Okay, you are talking about a discussion group.
Yes,
that
it was
not, but that is not RSD that's doing that. No.
It even said the word RSD on the group.
You're talking about.
So you know which one I'm talking about.
No, I've never done a discussion group in my life. I have no idea. But the point is, you're not talking about the like RSD Nation and the actual like forum there. I'm not here to defend the forum because I don't really care about any of that.
Well, we'll bring Luke on the show. Luke, I'm calling you out. Can't wait to have you on my show because I am so full of questions.
My point is, there are guys out there who don't get what they want and they get to be happy too. I see all these girls.
But don't you think that sets up the field to cheat on a guy?
No. Listen, like I can give you you are making the same argument if I sell somebody a pistol and say, you know what, everyone who has a pistol is going to be a mass murderer. No, you get the pistol. Now you get to choose what you do with it. You have a shovel. Now you get to choose what to do with it. Somebody bought you a car. Now you get to choose. Oh, everyone who buys a car is a vehicular murderer. No. If you learn how to be a more attractive version of yourself, you get to choose now what you do with it. If you want to use it in order to go sleep with a bunch of women, that is your choice. But I'm a libertarian. You know this. You get to. I believe you can do whatever you want. If you want to drink yourself to death or smoke marijuana, I'm all for it. Like I'm for everyone's free choice. In this case, I have seen too many men go from being completely like either come from abusive situations in their home life where they had no male role model in their life, and they grew up like not knowing how to act around women, and they get used, abused, and always put in the friend zone by girls who they really, really like. And it is a switch that is flipped by talking to some, and it's not always with RSD, it could be with any other group where they understand, okay, this is what I've been doing wrong. They get to be happy too. And that's the problem that I have, is that we, for some reason, the idea of men being happy is bad. It's evil. Like we can't let that happen. But the only way hold on. The only way for men to be happy is to quickly, expediently run into the first monogamous relationship they can, and to be the most subservient husband they can. And anything short of that is evil. And if they do anything other than that, it's evil. And if that's ridiculous. Men get to be happy too. That's my point. And if RSD provides that for some men, that's fine. But you're talking about men who cheat. They were going to cheat anyway. They were going to cheat anyway.
I think that's
my opinion on how to keep it together from a normal relationship. We're not talking about any of that stuff. But if you really want to keep that so everybody's not feeling like they're insecure. Insecurity is something that you can take care of by positive reinforcement, bottom line. If you're going to be in a relationship with somebody, I think relationships lasted a long time ago. It's because when someone felt insecure, they would come back and the other side would say, hey, look, you know, this is how it is. I love you. Reassure that person. It's that simple. That person can go out and be around 1,000 women in bikinis.
I hate to say it. I feel like you've got to stop. If you want a relationship and you want a life like we had, like our parents had, and like all of that, I'm messing us up there, then you got to take it back. We got to get off social media and do the things. And I argued with you in the beginning. Remember? And I'm like, no, this is how we communicate.
It's definitely
I'm like, shut
hard.
It down.
It's definitely hard because of social media. But this idea that you're going to shut it down it's just not going to happen. Like, we're talking about things that are ridiculous. Like, there's no, like, people are not going to stop using Facebook. It's just not. We can sit there and talk about, like, we are on social media telling people to stop using social media.
I wouldn't be in a relationship with somebody that's all about Facebook.
No, but they are aware of what Facebook is, and you're on Facebook, so it doesn't work.
But it's a character. I'm a character. I'm just a character.
We're all you know what your character. We're all characters when we meet people. We sit there and fix our hair and do makeup. Like we're characters. We're all characters. Like this, it is all marketing. And the idea that, like, it's the same thing. Like, I hear these people like, well, we're going to do these things to cut carbon emissions. And we're going to be 0 carbon emissions in the next 5 years and change them. And like, have you looked around? It's not going to happen. I'm not saying it's not a good thing, but this idea that we're going to stop using social media is ridiculous. We're not.
Jimmy, people I've seen go on there and say, okay, I'm done. I finally had it with Facebook.
And they come back.
It's an addiction. We are addicted to it.
But you want to know something? The reason you should read the book Social. It's a fantastic book that talks about how, like, when we feel a physical injury, like we break our arm, the same part of our brain that feels that physical injury also feels the exact same impulse when we are excluded from a social group. Yes, it is the same phenomenon. So the idea that this was Mark Zuckerberg's genius. Everything in Facebook is about being social, which makes you want to be part of it more, which makes you want to be included in it more. So, like the idea that we're going to just stop doing it, or that like the idea of the way people act towards Facebook, I think is natural. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but again, I never talk about the way things ought to be. I only talk about the way things are. That people are not going to stop using Facebook.
So do you think that you should bond your relationships together?
Okay,
I really like this one.
The two people in the same, the joint Facebook account.
The joint Facebook.
Yeah, who cheated? That's the first question I got. Whenever I see
really?
that, like, who cheated? Because that's the only reason why you would ever see something like that. No, I'm assuming.
Shut up. Okay, so I know a couple that they've got profile pics together on everything that they do, and then they were a little upset when they saw they're into different groups that they didn't want to be a couple in. They weren't very excited about being that.
I don't understand.
Because there's a wild world out there with swinging and different curiosities. So.
Right, but I don't understand like what.
Because when you go and you research, you'll see you as a couple in other places.
I'm still kind of
back to that domination thing. Are they married or are they not? That poly life.
Yeah, polyamory, polyandry.
Well, this polyamory wasn't into domination and BDSM stuff, and she was a little upset over that. So.
Sure. I mean, listen. I understand it's going to be difficult, but you guys have to understand it's going to be difficult. The only thing that I've seen that works, because the majority of marriages don't last for a very long time because it's not the natural state for Homo sapiens.
Oh, I have statistics for you. I love this. Okay, so statistics are 30 to 60% cheat. But it's worse if you're dating. The percentage goes down if you're married.
I know what stats you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, if you're married, you're less likely to cheat than if you're dating.
Of course. I mean, that's why it's in the Bible. Yeah, of course. You have more invested. You can't just leave. And especially
I like that. I think I'd be more faithful if I were married.
No, and again, that's why, because you have a lot of assets now leveraged, and you have children that are leveraged to keep you in the relationship.
And I'm married. I think it's karma. It's in my soul.
But the idea that you are going to have this Romeo and Juliet level of passion throughout your entire relationship is unrealistic. So the answer is, like I said before, if you are building towards something together, you two are building an empire of whatever it is together, you will stay together. You have too much invested. That's the thing that I've seen.
I think the older you get, the better it is.
Well, sure.
We've waited. You and I have had it all here in Vegas. Sin City. It's
Well, I mean, as a man, your levels.
And we both came from Kansas.
But
we've seen
the
bit of all.
The reason why that is as a man, your testosterone levels drop as you get older. So the necessity to go out and be the bull or to go out and be the male tiger and hunt is just not there as much.
When does that start dropping? And then why do men go in a midlife crisis?
The 30s. You want to know why men go in the midlife crisis? You aren't going to like to hear this. So the book is called Why Beautiful People Have More Daughters by Satoshi Kanazawa, and they did a study about men who go through midlife crisis and what. But
were they married first?
Yes, these were all married men, and
they should have waited.
They found an abnormal correlation between, like an abnormally high correlation between a female's menopause and a man going through a midlife crisis. Like when a woman goes through menopause, a man hormonally is getting to the place where it's like he knows. He can sense hormonally that she can no longer bear him children, and so he goes off and buys the red Ferrari to try to get a younger mate. That's what it is. Can we prove it? No. Evolutionarily, does it make sense? 100% it makes sense. But that's the reason why. That's Satoshi Kanazawa's explanation for why it is that men go through midlife crisis.
So what if a woman is dropping eggs, hormonal, all of a sudden then they
stop, but like the idea, come on, we've been around, this species has been around for 250,000 years, and like probably hominids for another couple million years. The idea that men and women can't smell, you've heard pigs communicate via pheromones, and they're mammals just like us. We probably, there was a study in Why Women Have Sex by David Buss and Sidney Meston, where they talk about like letting women smell different, the scent of different men. And like
I've also read the book Why Men Marry Bitches.
Yeah, I mean, that's not quite the same level of expertise, I gotta be honest with you. That seems a little bit like
Did you ever read that book
science.
After I told you that?
I mean, I got better things to do.
But yes, I do believe in pheromones. And also I believe, take 20 minutes of lovemaking because she's faking it. I originally, in 2001, I owned a website called stopfakingit.com about fake orgasms. And there's a lot of things, and it's the pheromones too. It's like when you're together with somebody, and I think it's when you're older. I think guys are so quick triggered when they're younger that they're not taking the time to get to know that woman.
They did a study where they would let these women smell like these. They were cotton T-shirts that they had, and these guys had to wear them for like 24 hours or whatever. And the women who would smell the T-shirts of their relatives would like legitimately get turned off because they could smell their relatives. They could smell their relatives. Now, if you believe that, and they did a very, very articulate study on this, then that tells me that there is something to smells and pheromones. So the idea that you'd be able to tell that your mate is going through menopause and that causes some hormonal change in you, because what is most likely to keep the species going is if a man who can still breed in his 50s, 60s, and 70s would continue to do so.
Well, I can see every time you're on your period, okay, when you're younger or whatever, not to gross you out, guys, but you were hit on so much more.
Yes. Sure.
Absolutely.
Well, look, you're talking about the beginning of ovulation, yes. When you can get pregnant, yeah. When you're actually on your period, I don't think you'd probably get more.
It was.
Or maybe,
I don't know how many times you have to say no.
No, that's because your boobs are swelling up. That's not because they can smell you.
Michael, I've missed you.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have kids when you're actually on your period. That's a little biology for you fellas. I didn't know that. I should.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good to have you back. What a summer this has been without you. Right? And the relationships have come and gone, and I don't know. I'm going to wait a while to see what I'm going to do here.
Yeah, I'm just going to let shit happen. I don't know. I know the next 25 books I'm going to read. I'm pretty excited about that, but that's about it. You know, we'll just see what happens. Like, I'm not.
Do you think you'll go public on your next relationship?
Me? No.
George, let's start a finance show. Forget all this. Forget all these women. Let's do it. I want to do a show about finance.
Everybody is so inquisitive, like why and how and...
About what?
Yeah.
You got tons of inboxes, everybody, you know. A lot of women cheering me on, like, if you love her, you should find her and hunt her down and make sure it never stops.
And do you want good advice? Because we can talk about that afterwards.
Because, yeah, it doesn't work. I mean, I talked to her and it's done.
Okay, so here, let's go back to the same issue.
Mine is a whole jealousy thing. I don't want the whole everybody, I don't want it in my business.
Does George have the right to be happy?
Of course.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you right now, whoever George was dating before, she probably has friends who are on her side. And I'm not on her side because I'm on George's side. And I think, like you do, George has the right to be happy. I promise you, if you talk to people that were clients of Luke who went through breakups, they'll tell you 99 to 1 that, hey, he helped me get through this breakup. Why? Because he taught me the things that men needed to be happy. And what these women are telling you, if you love her, go back and get her, that's not the right...
You guys read my book, right?
For you to be happy,
don't you remember the Dom?
That's not the right idea.
He said, don't you want me to be happy? You read my book.
No, that's...
Don't you want me to be happy?
Okay, first off, the Dom, I met that guy, and he's a sociopath, so that doesn't
count.
See,
you even said it too. It's a sociopath.
And he's right. They did tell her that when she broke up with me, that they told her that, you know, when you're in the Army, it doesn't last. Get out from them now, and make sure you make a clean break. And she took their advice.
Right, because she's doing what makes her happy, right? But that's the thing. Like, it doesn't mean that she's selfish. She's just doing whatever like her gender would do in order for her to get along the best. Remember I told you before, everything comes back to grandchildren. So what is the most likely way for them to get grandchildren? To find one man who they can align with, who has the resources and the connections, who's going to stay with them throughout the growth of their children, and he has to be the alpha of all the men that they have to choose from. And if she doesn't believe in any of those things, or believes them for a while and then changes, then she's going to go off and start seeing somebody else. That is just the bloody, ugly, nasty truth of the situation. And I've gone through it. He's gone through it. And so I don't deny it. But it's empowering to at least know it. It's empowering to at least understand that is the way things are going to happen. So with George, honestly, the best advice is not like, I'm just going to be honest with you. The most lascivious, meanest, most brutal women I know give the best advice I've ever heard in my life. And dudes who have a lot of experience in these situations are going to tell you, maybe not what works every time, but they're going to stay within one standard deviation. The middle fat part of the standard deviation, that middle 68%, they're going to give you the best advice. For me, the best advice was to not have any contact with my ex. Either she'll come back and it'll work itself out, or I'll get over her. But either way, that was the high probability move. That was the standard deviation. Anyone who's telling you to go back to somebody who is not meeting your needs in this relationship, they're living in their own Snow White fantasy.
And to be
And it's
honest,
not realistic.
she can't anyway. She's gone for a long
She could
time.
stay together. I mean, it's something. I mean, because people do it all the time. And people in the military and they're still married, they still stay together. It's just, you know.
I didn't ask you if you want to stay together. I asked you, do you deserve to be happy?
Right.
And that is not the correct answer. If you want to be happy, it's not. The only reason why you feel the level of loss that you do is because there is a level of scarcity in your life. They're always that way. When you have a connection with somebody, you feel like, for me, like honestly, it's not very difficult for me to meet women. I live in Las Vegas. But like when I broke up in a relationship, I felt this high level of scarcity, and it was completely irrational. Why should I feel any level of scarcity? But I do because, and it was causing me to do things like want to write her and send her messages and
Maybe
call
like
her.
I did on Facebook.
Yeah.
So, okay, let me ask you this before we end our show here. What if you're married? Don't you feel like that needs to be put up? You're lying if not.
Yeah, I do. I think it's kind of weird if you
Yeah.
both have Facebook accounts and you're not posting that you're married. I think that is
That's-
a little
Yeah,
strange.
that is. Yeah.
There's got to be, okay, so, and I've been asked this, when do you post up a relationship? Because it seems like once you post it up and then you break up and it's down.
Okay, so the reason why you
solid...
the reason why you post it is because you think it's going to last. Okay? And when you do that, you are denying the reality that the vast majority of the time it won't last. So maybe for a relationship you shouldn't post it. But
Until it gets to the engaged part, there's a ring, and then it's hands off. I would go with that. There's your answer.
Most engagements do not end up in marriage. So again, that's the same
Oh,
problem.
okay.
I'm sure most
Next
engagements-
week, come back with that statistic.
Yeah, most engagements don't end up in marriage. And
why would...
oh, definitely not.
Oh, I'm coming back with my numbers next week.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear this.
But
Yeah.
it's
on.
Like it's like a triangle. Like most
A guy
relationships.
is not going to go throw 10 grand down on a ring and not get married.
No. There are people who are engaged who don't even have rings. Like it's like most engagements do not end up in.
No, I mean the real thing. Like
Again,
the real thing.
Again, your definition. Like most engagements do not end up in marriage. No, they don't. They don't. They set a date. Well, we'll do it next year. Well, we're going to wait till my family, blah, blah, blah.
You're
whatever.
hanging out with that douche from Beverly Hills too much.
Which douche?
You know, the only big douche. Not the RSD douche. The dating, never been married, old man.
No idea who you're talking about.
Exactly. Erase him from your head.
Are you talking about Hugh Hefner? Who are you
No,
talking
he's not douche. That's Mac Daddy.
about? Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about, I'm not going to give him the plug on this show. The one that I hate that you're hosting for.
What?
Yeah, shut up. I'm the smartest man I know.
No
He's
clue.
been in here once or twice.
Yeah.
Been in here?
Yes.
He's
I
in the
introduced
studio.
you to him at the theater.
Who are you talking about?
He's just wanting me to just
Lives
say
in
the
Beverly.
name.
Lives in
Oh,
Beverly
he
Hills.
doesn't. He probably lives in the ghetto in the valley somewhere.
I have
Anyway.
no idea who you're talking about.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. The dating coach dude.
Dating coach. The only dating coach I know is like Owen Cook.
No, he's definitely not a dating
Luke,
coach.
Luke Crow.
What are you doing hanging out with Julian on Blanc in town?
Who did I hang? When did I hang out with Julian Blanc?
Oh,
When
any
did
pool in Vegas at a pool.
What are you talking
500 RSD guys running around.
about? Okay.
Don't you think I didn't know?
That was a
I've got
post-
so many messages like
So
Sartine
ridiculous.
is out with Julian Blanc in town.
Okay. So everyone.
Nah.
Okay. There's a thing.
Busted.
There's a thing on your to educate you guys. There's a thing on your Facebook called Time Hop. Or on this day where it'll go back several years and it'll.
Oh
it'll
no!
repost
It was like
something.
get down here.
No,
It's like come on down.
It absolutely.
He's
So what happened was in 2013, I made a post where I tagged a bunch of those dudes in it, and then I commented on it, and so it ended up at everybody's top of his feed, and they were like, "Oh, are you hanging out with Julian Blanc?" That was read the date. It was from
Good.
2013.
Good.
I did one the other day that offended a bunch of people. I'm like, it was in 2010 when I posted this. Like, read the date.
Oh, I know. I just saw you guys on the whole like it's out there talking about aliens.
Yes, again,
and
that was.
Last year.
I
that
was like, oh,
yeah, that was from last year.
I thought you did it again last week. I
Yeah,
was like,
exactly.
how cool is that?
Yeah.
Well, it's great. So we talked about sex. We talked about cheating. It's very easy to find out if you are cheating online. Don't get busted with the whole Ashley Madison thing. And if you have to live in any way, do it through karma. I'm over it. I've been blessed, knock on wood, when it comes to being with cheaters. I've been very, very blessed, but I'm too smart for that. And in my religion is break up before you have to do that.
My religion is Protestantism, but yes, I just think
Like hold hands until you're not in love anymore, and whoever you die next to wins. Dun 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 dun! Well, thank you so much for listening. Don't you status quote me. That one, I know you will. He's going to leave this and say, Tiffany, whoever ends up with dead wins. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to All Talk Radio with Waking Up in Vegas. You never know what you're going to wake up to with us.
No, and if you're waking up at 5 in the afternoon, then good for you. That means you're doing it right.
Well, it's good times. Love you, George. Have a peaceful heart, baby. There's a hope out there. Maybe her name is Hope, or Faith, or Joy.
We'll look for all three of those then.
There you go. It's a great...
RSD Luke, shout out. Come here, be on the show.
Thank you to the Mondragons for my hair, and looking forward to seeing 50 Shades of Vegas and my birthday up on the link, High Roller Ball, next month. Happy fall, y'all. Mwah. Oh. Who is she? Waitress where? She's a waitress. Omnia.
Huh? No.
Oh, I haven't.
She could work it on me, but she just thinks that she's not pretty enough. I'm like,
Omnia wants to do my birthday. It's pretty cool because I've never been there. Can you believe it? Never been there. All right, now I get to go get out of my Hawks outfit.
Hey George, I'm still looking to do a finance show. If somebody wants to do it. That's all I do every day is talk about finance now.
There's a lot of people you can get. We need a place like this. We need one of these and be in, and we'll advertise their business every day.
What do you mean?
On every show. We need a place. Because we're paying way too much in rent here. I cannot believe. Ooh, peach tea. I like peach tea. It's made me hungry. All right. Bye, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Mwah.